Hey y'all, welcome to the LOL podcast. I know, it's been months. I've had a lot of life changes. As you can see, I'm in a different location. I'm not going to talk about that right now. What I want to talk about is something that I have been experiencing my whole life, the good girl trope. And I really want to talk about that and how I am moving away from that and why I think moving away from that saves you a lot of pain and heartache. So, I like to talk about a lot of my life from here, things I've experienced, things I've processed and whatnot. I've married. Now I'm officially divorced. That has been an update as well. Being officially divorced. And I've had the experience, the American dream. You get married. I didn't have any children yet, so thank God about that. But you get married, that's the dishwasher. It'll stop. There we go. So I've gotten married. I did the tradition, lived with him, figured out my life and everything like that. And my thing is, I think I've been making myself suffer by trying to be a good girl because even when I was a little kid, and I think about it, what my parents going through their divorce and everything, how I honestly decided and chose to be a good kid and not to ruffle any feathers, not to get in any trouble because I didn't want any of that attention on me. But the thing is, the good girl trope has completely left me in a place to where I'm not fully living my life the way that I want to. So, as bad as it sounds, I decided to stop being a good girl and to choose evil. And I know that's crazy. It's like, Jalen, you're choosing evil. That's bad. That's bad. And what I mean by choosing evil, being an evil woman, is just more like I have my notes here. Just prioritizing myself more. Um, Dating with not the intention of getting married, but more of like prioritizing myself as I make my way to my notes because I'm flipping through my notebook. But I listed off of a few things that I want to try and experience, and this is just something I've never done. I've always been the good girl, so now I'm just like, I don't want to do that anymore. The first thing is when it comes to dating, stop taking it so seriously. I think I've always taken it so seriously because I'm like, oh well, my worth is attached to if I'm married or if I have a man. But now I'm like, no, I don't really want that. What I'm experiencing now, my big age of 27, is more of I want to I want to just date to have fun and be use men as muses, like just experiences for just like that moment, that second. And that's genuinely what I want because I feel like that makes me feel better. It's more fun. I have fun and trying not to take things so serious. And when that comes to my own daily life, when it comes to me creating content, putting content out, or applying for certain situations, doing certain things, I'm like, you know what? Let's do it for the fun of it and not put so much pressure on it. Because I feel like when you put a lot of pressure on things, it does tend to make you feel some type of way. And I've experienced that. But when I do shit for shits and giggles, it feels fun. I'm not going to lie. It feels so much better. So, one thing also that I have done is be extremely humble. And I have no reason to be so humble about things or shrink myself and make myself feel really small. So, um, sometimes I do come off overly cocky because I know I'm right in certain situations, but I am deciding to be even more overly cocky because, oh, the sun, because I feel like that is fitting for me. That's something that I really want to experience is not having to shrink my cockiness or my ability to know who I am because someone around me doesn't know who they are or they're not sure of themselves. And I have done that in the past, but I've always known who I am. Plain and simple. I'm that girl. Been that girl forever, gonna be that girl. Don't matter. I'm just gonna be that girl. Um and then the next thing is I haven't always been demanding or been direct with what I wanted. Sometimes I'll like hope maybe they'll give me what I want. Maybe if I just, do this or do that, I'll get what I want. But instead, I think if I speak more directly, anyway, sorry about that. Be more demanding, be more direct about what I want. Because even sometimes when I would want something from somebody or in a certain situation, I wouldn't be direct about it. I would just hope that they would just give it to me in the past. And I'm just like, no, maybe if I just say what I want directly and not be scared about it, it would save me so much time. So that is a part of my evil woman new aesthetic that I'm going for. My boundaries and my morals still stand, they still stand. I'm not doing anything crazy, but no more good girl. I'm not a good girl. I'm not going to give a man the benefit of a doubt anymore. I'm going to date as if I am a man in a way, but not so like erratically, just like I'm a free agent. Everybody will know about everybody else. I will tell them directly. I am talking to other people, and I don't like, especially if I am, because I don't want you to feel like, this is what I want. And I have made the mistake with the last guy. I told him I did want to be something unserious, like friends with benefits, but like I ended up, I really did have feelings for him the whole time. But at the same time, I have to realize that I don't want that. I don't want to do what I've always done because I haven't had the experience of just dating to date for fun. It's always been, oh, this man's going to be my husband. Oh, it's going to be this. And I got to stop that. No, I got to stop it because it doesn't help me. It doesn't give me the experiences that I want in my life and get to know myself on a different level than I've ever known myself before. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I haven't known myself as a woman who's been able to date multiple men. Usually it's just like one man and that's it. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, even though I don't like talking to multiple people at once, it does give me more information about myself of what I want and what I don't want. But this isn't about like, oh, I'm dating multiple people to get married. This is, I've already been married. I've already been there. If I get married in the future, great, amazing, would love that. But right now, where I'm at my big age of 27, I just, I just got a date to date. And I know everybody else is doing the opposite, but I don't care. And it's just like, I got to have this experience for myself. And I feel like this experience for myself is going to be helpful, it's going to be beneficial to me, and I'm going to learn a lot about myself. So that's basically it. Just be more intentional with not being super serious and not trying to diminish myself just down to the role of like a girlfriend or a wife or a spouse, or make myself smaller and make put this man on this pedestal. This to me is like forcing me to stay in the main character. Being demanding is going to force me to stay in the main character energy that I am claiming for myself. um Flirting is going to force me to be in the main character all the time. So what I say is what I say, even though it might come off as, I don't know, some people might not like it, but that's on them. For me right now, this is what I think is best for me. And I believe that the good girl aesthetic hasn't done much for me to make me feel like the woman that I want to be. It has made me smaller. It has made me shrink to be what society wants me to be, small, not really speaking out, not really, able to be myself, not able to be authentic, and I can't go for that anymore because I truly just like who I am. And I don't want to change and go back to who I used to be or do the same habits that I used to do. So in my further podcasts that I'm going to talk about, and also my podcasts aren't going to be as long as they used to. At maximum, they're going to be 15 minutes now. um Unedited still, because I don't like editing these videos whatsoever. But excuse me, pardon me, but like, I truly do believe that getting away from the good girl aesthetic will change my life. Um, it would make me stop sabotaging myself, because I also believe that the good girl aesthetic makes you sabotage yourself, makes you sabotage your success, makes you sabotage who you want to be and where you want to be around. And I'm not interested in playing small anymore. The world where I was playing small literally crushed underneath me and has made me restructure my life in such a different way to where I'm like, I have no choice but to keep expanding and keep growing and becoming the woman that I want to be, because I asked to be here and I asked for such a big, amazing life. So I just have to accept it and go with it and not be scared of it, even though sometimes it does feel scary. And the reason sometimes it feels scary is because, in the past when I was a child, there was always someone there to knock whatever was in my hand out of it or what I was doing out of it and try to humble me to be whatever they wanted me to be. And I really didn't like that. I butted against that a lot when I was a kid, but as an adult, the that sensation comes through, and I hate that it comes through sometimes. It's not beneficial to me. It doesn't help me at all, and I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel like I'm safe. And I like to feel safe. I like to feel like I have my life together and I have, you know, a well-being of myself in a way. So I just I just want to say I'm sorry to the old version of me too that I held back from doing what I want and being who I want, and hopefully I can make it up to myself with what I'm doing now. And in certain ways, no, I'm not delayed, but I see other people doing it, and it's just like maybe they're doing it in a way to where they didn't have to be conscious of themselves first. I feel like for me, I had to be conscious of myself and of what I was doing. I thought being a good girl was a good thing. I thought, good girls get the good things, but what I've experienced in my life is the opposite of that. I've been done dirty. I've betrayed myself for other people. People have betrayed me in that regard. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not interested in that anymore. I'm not interested in having to prove my worthiness to anyone else. Being the evil woman is being able to walk away and being like, no, I'm not willing to compromise myself for you. Hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good life. See you later. Bye. So and that's what I'm doing for myself. I'm prioritizing myself. I'm ordering my wants and needs. I'm being more demanding. I'm being more flirtatious. I'm being more myself and more cocky and more determined to be the woman I want to be instead of just settling for, oh, well, if you're a good girl, you'll get this, this, and this. And I'm just going to say it. Being a good girl didn't give me those things. They didn't keep me safe. If anything, they made me feel unstable. They made me feel scarcity. And I don't want to feel that anymore. I don't want to experience that anymore. I want to feel safety and I want to feel secure and I don't want to be scared anymore. And being the good girl has always made me feel terrible and also has put me around very terrible people also. So maybe being this version of myself will put me around people that may come in and be like that and I can wash them away because I'm just like, hell no, you're not about to put me in no box. And maybe they'll change or I'll find someone even better to be around or something like that. So no more good girl trope, no more doing what everybody expects me to do, and just do the wild shit like I've always been doing my whole life and keep prioritizing myself and expanding myself. And I feel like this is a part of me that I would love to expand and become. But that is the end of the podcast. And I just want to shout out to my TikTok. Y'all can follow me on TikTok at Jalen_Jaleisha. Also on Facebook now, because I have a Facebook page. It's Jalen underscore, or it's Jalen Jaleisha, the content creator, I believe, or something like that. You can find me easy. I have a pair of sunglasses on as my profile picture, so you can't miss out on it. And I'm doing duck lips. So like that. So you can't miss it. Subscribe to the YouTube. I would appreciate that. I do post stuff on here. Follow me on Instagram, Jalen_Jaleisha, same as the TikTok. I am starting to post more on my Instagram. Again, getting out of this scarcity mindset, getting out away from, oh, I don't want the people who know me and I know them in person to perceive me, but this is who they see anyway. So why can't I just be this online too? So they see it in person, they can see it online. And even some people that I haven't met in person, they're seeing me too and hearing me and all of that. And it's just like, you know what? I got to get out of my way because if other people could do it, I can do it too. So yeah, look forward to not daily podcasts but weekly podcasts. This is episode 10, I believe. Episode 11 will be next week. Since it is Sunday, I will do that next Sunday, and by then, fingers crossed, we will be back in San Diego because I'm in Las Vegas right now, but my time in Las Vegas is ending soon. We're just hoping because I'm getting a job opportunity there, and I can't wait to be back home and have a form of stability for myself. So I love this for me and I'm going to be happy. I am happy. I'm very happy. But yeah, check out my TikTok. I have been doing a lot of content creating, working with a lot of small businesses. And if you are a small business and you come across my page, my YouTube channel, or my TikTok or my Instagram and you want to collab, please reach out to me. I am looking forward to collabing with you. But thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe, like the video, and share it with your close friends and family. With much love, your girl, Jalen. Bye.